Hey everyone, welcome back. I'm so happy you popped over to see what I am up to. For everyone who is new here and sees me for the first time, welcome. My name is Janny and I'm doing this all about Christmas channel. On this channel, I keep it short. You will find lots and lots of seasonal decor DIYs and daily decor DIYs. So I hope you enjoy it. And if you're not subscribed to my channel, I hope you will click the red subscribe button and give me a thumbs up. It would help my channel a lot to grow. So enough talking, let's jump into today's DIY inspiration. And here you see already what we will use for this DIY. We are going to use our tumbling towel blocks, a piece of old kitchen towel, or maybe just another towel from your bedroom. It doesn't matter, if at least it is old and it is wet. So on a saucer, so you have it around when you want to wipe away your glue. Do some paint at your choice, some glue from your glue gun if you use it. I use my wood glue most of the time, but maybe you also use hot wood glue. That's also fine, I think. I don't know. We don't have it around here, at least not that I can find it. I have, of course, my ribbon because we're going to make a round again. I have here my little bucket full with my scissors, some brushes, some markers and some cutting tools. And these are the main pieces we need. And the only thing we also need is some letters. I'm going to use probably the wooden letters, but choose any letters you like. You can use sticker letters. You can use anything you want. Maybe if you have a great handwriting, then it's also fine if you do it with some handwriting. But I'm not that person. So I always do it with letters which are already made for me. So this is what we need. What we're going to make is we're going to make a Christmas mailbox. But again, from Tumbling Towel Blocks. So I'm going to lay away my mat because I am having it's too small. So what we're going to do, we are going to lay down 33 blocks. So of course it's a long way. So 3, 6, and 9, 12, 15, 18, 21, 24, 25, 6, 7, 8, 9, 30, 31, 32, and 33, if everything's correct. But I don't know if you even see it on here. So I'm going to make a straight line. I'm going to count them again to be sure that we have really 33 blocks. So again, 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21, 24, 27, 30, and 33. So I have them. I'm going to make a nice straight line. Always take your time for it to make a nice straight line, because our ribbon needs to be having a nice straight line, or else our mailbox will be having a lot of strange measurements, so we don't want that. So it will be, and of course if you want to have your mailbox a little smaller, just do go by smaller, but do 3 blocks at a time away. So if you're going to go for 30, 27, 24, but then you get a really smaller mailbox. So it doesn't matter, but do by 3. And this way I'm going to lay it down, and I'm going to measure out before I'm going to do it with my ribbon. So I'm going to use, a lot of you who are already here know this is just a fabric ribbon without the wire, because you don't want to have the wires. This is an old piece of ribbon. That's why I have still the black and white, but don't worry about that. I make sure that the black is on the underside, so if you bend it, you don't see it. So I'm going to go for 2 lines, and I'm going to go for 2 lines over here. So I'm going to be sure, and I'm going to cut off, not totally to the end, but a little bit, it's more than halfway. And I'm going to double it up because I want to be sure that my little piece will be very sturdy. Or sturdy is it? I always say sturdy, but maybe you also can study the reason why. I don't know, but it is sturdy. So I'm going to cut off this one also. And we have 2 pieces we are going to glue with the stripes, of course, on top, but you will probably have a ribbon which is just one color. So I'm going to again make sure that it's a straight line, and then we're going to glue it. So you saw me straighten everything out. So I'm going to get my glue, and I'm going to use this kind of glue, not my wood glue, of course. And I'm going to do this. This is really heavy glue, and it really smells awful. So I always have my doors open because this is really awful glue. So I make sure that I have all the lines, and I'm going to go over here, and I'm going to do with this one and make sure that every line of our ribbon has a little bit of the glue, so everything will stick together. And this way we are almost there over here. So I'm going to lay it down, get my ribbon, get this side, and of course I'm going to glue it on the ending and make sure that we straighten it out. And again, just go very lightly over it and go to this way to get every place out. And of course we have to go a little bit to the sides, but be sure that you have still a straight line, and just redo it if your straight line is away. Just holding the blocks and move away your ribbon, and this way, and just going to press it down very gently so you don't move the blocks. And I'm still going to keep my blocks in place, but I'm going to go a little bit to the side, turn this one over, and we're going to do the same. We're going to do to the ending, and this needs a little time to dry, so that's why I do it immediately when my DIY is starting. But of course you have the time, you can do whenever you think it's right, because you don't are on a timer for your DIY, and I always am very long in my DIY, so I understand that some people don't like it too much, that the DIY is too long, but I always love showing everything. So, and this way now we're going to turn it over, and we're going to go again on this side, and make sure that we go to this side, and again press it down. Go gently this way and go gently this way, and redo your glue and press it down very gently. And this is already will be the middle piece of our mailbox, so we can make a round, because I made a mailbox earlier from some cardboard and I didn't get it the way I want, so I hope this will. So but we will see. It's an experiment, I never did it. What I'm going to tell you now, also for the smaller blocks, of course, a lot of you are using the smaller blocks. I have them also. You are going to use for the smaller blocks to make this straight line. You are going to double it up. So you're going to go for 2 blocks next to each other. Very easy. I'm not going to show you the whole piece, but just do this way. And you lay it down this way. And I think for ribbon, I think you need, depends on how wide your ribbon is, go for 2 lines or maybe even 3 if you have a smaller ribbon. And you need a couple, you have to make, at least for this kind, you make, I have to look it up for you, because you have to make 52 of this kind of 2 blocks. So you need in totally 104 for the middle piece. So, and all again, that's the saddest thing about the smaller blocks. You still need to make 52 of the doubles. So 52 of this one. I hope I explained it right, because I already hear myself talking. It's really chaotic. So again, for everyone who is doing the 2 blocks, we are going to do 52 of this one together, 52. Then lay them this way, all of them in a row, just same like I did with this one, and then do your ribbon over it. So it's very easy. You need 104 for the middle piece. So the next step will be, of course, the front and the back side. What we're going to do, we're going to make a row, a row of 9. In the Netherlands we say rij. And this is also a little bit of mix-up from both languages. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 and 9. So very easy. Just glue them together on the side. This is 1, number 2, number 3, number 4, number 5, number 6, number 7, and number 8, because number 9 will be always the closure up. Again, make a straight line, press it down and lay it beside. And you see already my mat is not totally flat. It's really not very nice to work with. I have to look for another one because this is really awful. But that's not your concern. You have probably just a nice mat, but mine is totally out of line. And this is already 1. And again, I try to get a straight line as I can, but this will be just 1 plank. We're going to saw it out, so it doesn't matter too much. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9, and we're going to make the other one again. 1, 2, number 3, number 4 again, number 5 again, and number 6 again, number 7, and a number 8, and number 9 is the closure up again. Going to squeeze it, press it together, and make a nice straight line, the same like we did with this one. And of course I'm going to make 5 rows of 9, and I won't bore you with that, so I'm going to do it a little bit faster. And here you see our 5 rows of 9. What we're going to do, we're going to at least try to get them off our table. And you see already not all of them are very, very, work with me to get out of my table. You see, it's already sometimes a hard thing to do. So we're going to place it on the side and we're going to glue the sides. But of course we have to, you see already, it has to work with me. I have to get this one off the table. Yes, there he is. And this one, of course, we're going to glue it this way. So we're going to do it very easily. And you see already, if they're falling down, they always break, but it doesn't matter. Don't worry about it, because you can still glue them together, because everything will glue later together. You still can work with it. So again, this is 1, and we're going to try to get also this one on the side. We have to make sure that we gluing it on the right side, and this one over here, and we're going to place this one on the side. We're going to do some glue over here, and we're going to do this one on the side, and again. But it doesn't matter, this is just how I do it. And sometimes it's one big mess, so don't worry about it. So I'm going to go for this one, and I'm going to place it over here, and I'm going to look for which one is fitting the best over here, because you want to have the best fit, but you still can remove it. And we're going to place this down. We're going to place this one down, and this one, and then we're going to look for it so we get a nice plank. So, but you still can get it in, and again try to squeeze it as much as you can, like this. You just work with it and make it the best fitting that you can. And of course this way, and we're going to go this way, because this will fall away, because we are going to cut it out. So you see, I made 1 plank out of it, and of course, like I said, we're going to saw it out, so don't worry about it. If this is not the straight line, because all the blocks are most of the time not the same size. Yeah, I know how frustrated it is, but it is. So this is already the front side, and I'm going to make the same one also for the back side. So you have 2 planks you need for the front and the back side. And for everyone who uses the smaller blocks, it's also very easy. I have here 5 rows, and you need 7 rows, and you need 7 rows of not 9, but you need 13 high. So very easy. You make a plank from 7 rows and 13 high, and do that 2 times. Then you have also 2 planks for making your mailbox. And here you see already our 2 planks are almost dry, not totally, because if you want to have it totally dried before you're going to sew it, you have to take it overnight. But of course I'm going to take one of the pieces, I'm going to place it this way because I want to have the shape this way. I'm going to get my middle piece, and you see already you can do anything with it because it's just as bendable as you want it to be. And now we can easily make the shape of our mailbox. Just go aside, just lay it on your plank and just decide the shape you want to have. I always say eventually we get there. It does, sometimes it's one chaos, but we will get there. So we're going to keep the underside, we're going to keep this close. And now we only need to get our pencil and we're going to make the shape we like here. And then we're going to cut this piece out, use it as a shape for the second one. And we're also going to cut this one out, and then we have a front and a back side. And of course the underside is open. I don't know, maybe I will do for the underside, I would take a little bit of an, here in the Netherlands we call it plateau, at least a piece where he can stand up. But you will see that later, what I'm going to do with it. But for now, we're going to make the shape. We are going to go outside, sew it out. And we're going to do also for the second piece. So you see already, I have already the lines for the back side of the front side. That's what you want. And I really took my time to make sure that I have a nice rounding the way I want to have it. So take your time for it. And of course I'm going to go outside, get my jigsaw, and I'm going to sew it out. It's very easy because it's only a little piece I have to cut out, and I'm going to use this one as an example for this one. So very easy. I can also do this one, and then we already have almost our mailbox, beside at least our bottom, but you will see that in a moment. And here you see already the first part of our mailbox. What I'm going to do, because our mailbox always has an opening, so I'm going to take 2 tumbling tower blocks. I'm going to look, because this is the measurement I want to use, and it's just to look for where I want to have my opening. I think over here. So I'm going to lay it down, get my marker, and of course be sure that you get everything together. And this way I'm going to go over here on this line, and of course over here, so we get a nice opening. And then we can later make a little letter, and we can place the letter inside. So this is how he's looking like. Of course I showed you a little bit closer, and I'm going to drill a little hole inside, and then I can get my jigsaw in, and then I can jigsaw this whole piece out. And here you see our 2 pieces of our mailbox, and you see the opening already for the letters. What I'm going to do first is, of course, I'm going to do some glue around the sides, because we need to have some glue, because we are going to build it up. We're going to do some glue over here, just around the sides. It doesn't matter if it is a little bit too much, because it's in the inside and you don't see the inside, and the outside you can work away. So we are going just around this way, and then we can leave it drying overnight, because that's very important, because we don't want that our mailbox is falling apart. Now I'm going to get my, of course, my, and this will be a little task, so don't mind if it goes around this way or this way. Don't worry about it. At the end it will work, and it does come always get together, so don't worry about it. We're just going to work our way, and this way, and it's just a matter of luck just to get it in the shape we want. And take your time for it, because it always takes a little bit more of your time. And we're going to place it over here, and very easily press it down, and just like I said, take your time for it. I'm going to take my time for it, and then we're going to, I will be back with you. And you see, it was a little bit of a struggle. So like I said, just take your time, and I am having him in one nice bow. So I'm going to do some glue, and I'm going to very carefully, because if nothing is still glued together. So I'm going to do, and over here, and I'm going to make a nice line over here. I'm going to go around, And we're going to place the other side on top. And then we're going to finish it off with some paint cans on top. And then we hope everything will stick together. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to place it up here. And this way. And I'm going to work it down. Because we still need to go a little down. Over here. And I take also my time for this one, and then I'm going to do some paint cans on top. And you see how our mailbox is looking like right now. And I'm so happy how he is, because now I can make the round if you do it with the ribbon. Of course, maybe there are other ways to make the round, but I am really loving this way. And this way is so easy. Just glue some ribbon on top of a couple of blocks and you already can make the rounds you want. What I'm going to do, of course, we're going to give it a bottom. So for the bottom, what we're going to do is going to get our blocks, and we're going to do 10 blocks. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and 10. And again, we're going to glue them very easily on each other. So like this. Just make a long row again. This is number 4, number 5, number 6, number 7, number 8 and number 9, and the number 10 is already the closure up. Squeeze it, press it together, make a nice straight line again. And what we're going to do, we're going to make again very quickly 10 also, because we want to have a nice underpiece. 5, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and 10. And we're going to do the same. And of course, if you use the smaller blocks, you have to measure out the underside of your mailbox, because I don't know exactly how your mailbox is turned out, and you just go a little around this over the side. So if you have it on top of there, just make a nice plank, just like the way I do. I think you have enough like this. I think I have 10. I think you will need 12, and I think you have to not double it up, but 3 rows. So I have 2 rows and you need 3. So I think you need 12 blocks. I need 10, but you need 12. And then I think he will be falling just slightly over your, the mailbox will be slightly falling over it. So we're going to let this dry in for a couple of seconds, and then we're going to glue this together. So I placed one very carefully on the side, and I'm going to do some glue. And we're going to glue it together, and it doesn't matter, like I told you earlier, if it falls apart, it doesn't matter. You can easily squeeze everything together until one big plank. So you see already, and this is how it turned out. And of course, we're going to let this dry in for a couple of minutes. So in the meantime, while our bottom of our letterbox is drying, we are going to make a letter, because we also want to have write a letter to Santa. So what we're going to do, we're going to make a letter, and of course we are going to make this letter from Tumbling tile blocks also, because if you do it, you do it right. So we do all of them, and of course I measured out my mailbox, and this was, I show it to you in a moment. First we're going to make the letter, and then I will show you what I mean, how you can measure it out. And of course you can make the letter as big as you want. I'm going to do it 3 highs from 5 blocks, so very easy. This is 1, 2, 3, 4. And 5 is again the closure up. Squeeze it, press it together, and again a nice straight line. And with the last 5. So if you have the same measurement with the bigger blocks as I have, then you have 3 rows of 5, because we did the opening 2 blocks wide, and I showed you we did our opening of our mailbox this way. I will show it to you. You see, this one was 2 blocks wide. This was my opening. This I told you earlier. So if you want, and I have 5, so I can easily get my ladder in if I want to. That's why I did 2. But if you have the smaller blocks, you probably did 3. And then you have to measure out how wide you want to have your ladder. I have 5 blocks, but I think you can use 6 or 7 wide, and I have 3 rows, but I think you can use 4 or 5, but that's just depending on your taste. So go ahead, check it out. You can easily measure it out like this. So I'm going to let this dry in for a couple of minutes, and then we're going to glue them together. Now I'm going to carefully place them up, and you see already they still not dry up, they still are wet. I'm going to do a little line with my glue over here and on this side, and then we're going to glue them to the other one. Very easy. And this way and this way, and now we already have our ladder. But of course I will make a print on my computer for it, so we can put a print on top of here. That looks always very nice. So again, we're going to let this dry in also. For now we are going to take our bottom and of course our ladder, and we are going to paint them in the I use at least the sand color, but you choose any color you like. Maybe you like a black bottom better, or maybe a waxed bottom. You can do anything you like. I'm going for the sand color, at least for the bottom. And of course the ladder I'm going to give also an undercoat for the sand color also, that everything is matching together. And of course we're going to do the print on top later. But first I'm going to paint everything before I'm going to glue my mailbox on top of here. So I take my time for it, but I will do it a little bit faster. Now we have our bottom and our ladder in the sand color, and I'm going to do this one in a brighter red, but of course you can also do the darker red. I did 2 pieces on my plank, and I like this one also. If I'm looking now where he's dried up, I'm so in the bottom what to do, if I want this one or if I want this one. I'm so I don't know what to do. I think this one also is very pretty, but I like the bright red also. I'm going to go for this red. I think I'm going to change my mind. I think I'm going for this one. So what I'm going to do first is, of course, on the inside. If you look inside of our, I don't know if you can look at, you can see already the ribbon, and we don't want to see it if we so I'm going to do it on a little paint on my brush, and I'm going to go inside, and I'm just going to paint a little piece of the inside of my mailbox. Of course you don't have to do the whole piece, and of course you can also go from this side, but it's not really open, and then I think I'm totally under the paint if I do it this way. So I'm going to go for this one, and I'm going to paint a little piece of the inside of my mailbox. But of course you don't have to do it, it's just an option. And then I'm going to paint it in totally. So you see I did the inside, now we're going to the outside. And of course I will do it a little bit faster than this, because this takes a lot of time. It's time from you. So I'm going to do it a little bit faster. So you see already my mailbox is in the color red, but now I'm seeing my bottom, and I don't like it. I really don't like it. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to paint this one also in the red color, but first I'm going to glue my mailbox on top of here, and then I'm going to paint also the rest in the red color, because now when my red is almost dried up, I am really loving this color. So I want to have also the bottom the same way. So I'm going to take my wood glue again, and I'm going to do the underside of my mailbox. Of course, very easy. Just do some wood glue over here. And that's a great thing. Later on, I still can readjust it, because when the wood glue is coming out, I am still have to paint the red bottom. So I can still work a little bit with it. So I'm going to place it in the middle of my bottom, and I hope I have it on the spot I want to have it. I have to look on the back side, and he can go a little bit backwards. And now I'm going to let this dry in. So my paint of my glue is almost dried up, so I'm going to take from the corner on, I'm going to do the whole piece in the red color, and I am really loving the color that he's totally in the red. So I'm going totally around, and of course you see in a moment, you see the next step, and you see already the bottom is also in the red color. I have here of course my leather, I will use with some print later, but I took out of my garage. I also buy them on AliExpress, this kind of round. They are 10 centimeters wide, and you can buy them at Temu, you can buy them anywhere, and maybe probably with the Dollar Tree. So I take one of them, and I'm going to give them a light coat of the same red color I have also for my mailbox, and we're going to do a print on top, but I want to be sure that the sides are also in the red color. So this way, and I'm going to give it a nice base color like this. So then it blends in. When I glue it on top of my mailbox, it blends in very nicely with my box. But I have it of course a wooden slice, but you also can use a piece of cardboard 10 centimeters in the round, and you already have your own round, so you don't have to buy them. If you don't want to buy it, it's also fine. You can use a piece of cardboard. It's just the same what you get with if using a wooden round, so it doesn't matter. And now you see already we have the base of our mailbox, we have the round we still want to make, and of course our letter to Santa. And I did it, like I told you also with this one, I did it from Tumbling blocks, but you also can use a piece of cardboard. But this is just the very simple base of your mailbox. And like I said, just go ahead, use your imagination and make it in the way you want it. I only show you now what I'm going to do with it, but you can go as crazy as you like. So you already have now the base of your mailbox. What I'm going to do, I'm going to go now to my computer, and I'm going to print out a print for this round, and of course the letter to Santa. So, and this is what I printed out. Of course you can find this print also in my free printable, so go check it out. It is down below in the description box. There you find the link. And of course I'm going to cut both of them out. I always do two, but I'm going to use a one, and I'm going to cut out this one, and I'm going to Mod Podge it on top of our round, and of course our letter. And you see I cut both of them out, but before I'm going to Mod Podge it on top, I'm going to get my round, and I'm going to get my gold marker. I bought this gold markers with a Lidl, just how you call it, and I'm going to make little stripes just on the couple of millimeters. I'm just going to very easy make little stripes, so this way and this way, and I'm going to go totally around, and then I'm going to Mod Podge my round on top. And you see, this is what I mean, just little stripes. And I'm going to get my Mod Podge, and I'm very easily I'm going to Mod Podge it on top, but I'm not going to do it immediately on the print. I'm going to turn over the print, I'm going to get my brush, and I'm going to Mod Podge it on the back side. So very easy this way, because I'm going to try to get the matte finish, because I don't want too much Mod Podge on my print. So this is of course the print. I'm going to glue it on top, and I hope I have it in the middle, and I hope, yeah, I have for really it did go well this time. And you see already, this is how our first piece turned out, and it will be on top of our mailbox, but this is already one. I'm going to do the same of course with this one, and also going to get my gold marker, and I'm going to get my little stripes also over here. So very easy, make nice lines and this way. And you see also this one, I did the gold lines. What I'm going to do again, I'm going to turn over my print. I'm going to get my Mod Podge again and I'm going to Mod Podge it the same way like I did with my around. And again, of course, I don't going to tell you how to Mod Podge your print because I think everyone who is here already knows how to Mod Podge. And I use the normal Mod Podge, but you can also use some school glue or something else. Mine called Mod Podge, but a lot of people do it also with some school glue. So do whatever you think it's right. But I always use this one already for years. But everyone has his own way in Mod Podging. And I always say, one time it goes right, the other time it goes wrong. So bear with me if it wrinkles a little, but we do our best, I always say. I'm going to look for that I have it on the spot I want to have it. And again, we go over it. And this way. And now I don't have Mod Podge on my print because I don't want I don't love it. So that was really bad English. Really bad English. Blah 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 blah. What I was saying, I don't like the shiny look of Mod Podge, so I'm going to go most of the time for the matte finish. But of course, if you like it more shiny, wait a half hour and then do the second layer on top. But I'm going to keep it this way. And you see already, I am really happy how this one also turned out. And I'm going to do right now, I'm going to get my wooden letters, but you can use sticker letters, you can use anything, because I'm going to do some words on top of my mailbox. And here you see what I will do on top of my mailbox. And you can do letters from Santa, you can do anything you like. But I thought North Pole, I really am loving it. But of course you can also do North and then Pole here under and then post. Of course, here in the Netherlands we call it post. So it's the same words, the same lettering, but we call it post and you call it post, if I'm correctly. And this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to get my glue gun and I'm going to glue them on top of here. So I'm going to start with my letter N and I'm going to place it. Then you already have a little bit of an direction where you want to have it. So I'm going to place it over here and now I'm covered. Out of here I can very easily work my way. So I'm going to do the letter P. And of course I'm going to do a little piece here. Now he's not totally working with me. And this way. And these are my pieces. Now I'm going to first do the letter O. Because now I'm going to work my way out of it. And I'm not going to show you everything. So don't worry. I'm just going to show you little pieces. So you have kind of an idea which way I'm going to go. And of course we are going to work away the line pieces. So I'm going to finish this off and then we're going to do the next step. You see I have the letters now glued on top of here. I'm going to get my gold marker and I'm going to make little lines over the sides. So to get a little bit of a kind of a distressing. So very easy little lines over the letters on the sides. It doesn't matter where you place it, just do whatever you think feels the best. And of course you don't have to do it, it's just something I do. But if you don't like it, it's totally fine too. I always love a little bit of the gold color in it. So I'm going to finish this off. And you see already the lining is a little bit brighter than normally because I'm an old lady. But I don't see it, I don't see the right way. So I'm going to get my round. I'm going to do some glue, wood glue in the middle. And we're going to glue our round on the top. And of course I have to look for where I want to have it. And then I'm going to press it down and give it a little moment to settle in. So I have this now glued on top. Of course, it needs a little moment to settle in more. But what I'm going to do, I'm going to get my gold marker again and I'm going to go over the opening. I'm going to go with my gold marker, very easy, just make a nice thin line. So I'm going to take more time for it. So because I always say you can better take a little bit too much time than that you have to paint all over it again and then do it again. So I'm going to take my moment, and of course I'm going to go around the sides. So, and then our mailbox is almost finished, and then you see the quick impression. And here you see finally a quick impression of our Christmas mailbox. I'm so happy how the mailbox turned out. I was thinking maybe a dark green with gold would also be very nice. So maybe in the future I will make another one for in my home. But of course I hope you took out your tumbler towel blocks too and did this DIY together with me. And you right now have your own cute little mailbox. And if you're just here for watching, I hope you had fun watching. And for everyone who enjoys this content, there is more in my description box. There you find the link for our DIY channels. Of course, I hope you will click the red subscribe button if you're not subscribed to my channel, and click the bell so you will be notified every time I upload new DIYs. And for now, of course, I wish you all an amazing day, and I hope to see you in the next one. Bye!